A new idea has hit marketing. No more lead capture forms. That's right, just put your resources out there and let people access them. The wisdom is you want to help and gain the attention of your ideal customers and stay top of mind. And people don't like to opt in, so let's just not make them. Sorry, but seriously? I think what this is really doing is pointing to a true lack of effective strategy. So punt the opt-in forms. Why not? And give up a level of intel, a level of intelligence, leaving yourself even more blind to what's going on with the people that could be interested in buying your products and services. See, some experts are saying opt-ins don't work. Now, I'll ask you, tell that to my client who in 4 months, 137 days to be exact, went from 5 inbound leads per month to 30 to 40 inbound leads per week. And what made the difference? The strategy and the plan that they implemented. So this same client cites email follow-up and nurturing, which they can do for up to 90 weeks, or actually 90, yes, up to 90 weeks, all tuned in to what the lead shows interest in, so it can ebb and flow. And they cite that as their #1 conversion tactic to turn those leads into customers. So let's just step back a moment and look at this from a different perspective. See, you put a gate in front of your content and you'll have fewer downloads than you may otherwise get, potentially, okay? But that's okay. See, if you want broad reach and sharing of your content, you can develop specific content for that and still have gated content that serves a particular portion of your ideal customers that are at a point in their buying journey where what you're offering them is something that they really need, an asset that makes sense for them. See, revenue equals attention times conversations times help. Does making everything freely available for download, no opt-in required, cheapen your content? Yes, it does. There's a value for value exchange here. See, is it more useful when you can't follow up and deepen what the person downloaded? We all know that people download stuff and you know where it goes? It goes into a folder that they're going to get back to later, except for they never get back to it. Look in your own experience. So does it serve them to not have any way for you to follow up? Does it serve your relationship with them? See, keeping the gate there and having people opt in allows us to learn more about them. Let's take a look at what we can know about people who download things, assuming that you've got a good marketing automation package that can track stuff, right? So think about your own behavior. You put it into a folder where you'll get back to it, and then you never do. You never read it. And you have no idea, here you are with no opt-ins now, you have no idea who downloaded it or any way to follow up and deepen that relationship with them. It's seriously the most nonsensical idea I've heard in a long time, and there's some ones going around right now. It's like AI came along, let's just throw everything out with the baby out with the bathwater. Not yet. Let's first examine what is on your lead capture form. If you're only asking for minimal information, name, email, possibly company name, or are you asking for stuff that really causes a lot of friction, like a phone number? Quite frankly, I just don't give out my phone number, right? I'll still opt in, I'll just give you a fake one. Because seriously, no one wants that phone call, not just from a download, and you don't need to pursue people like that off of a download. So think longer term, and don't be a jerk. You can learn far more through a good email nurture series than you can by following up immediately with a phone call. But most of you aren't equipped to put that in place. Not a good one, not a good lead nurturing follow-up. And there's no good reason except it hasn't gotten the priority or attention like tossing leads over the wall to sales and have a BDR call them has gotten. Ick. Cut it out. See, I'm not saying not make great content available. You should. You have a blog? Use it. Your lead magnets and downloads should go deeper, provide value in a way the blog doesn't, as one possible example. So now let's tackle the gate. You want these. You don't want to give them up. Sales won't come easier because you don't have gated content. So do you pass on something you really want or are curious about because there's a form there? I mean, think about it. With all of the canned spam and all of that, you don't have to give them all the information truthfully that they're asking for. You can give them what'll get you that with your name and an email. See, I'll give that, no problem. And if I don't like how they follow up with me, I opt out. I will receive no more emails from them. This is not a big deal. But I'll still get the asset I'm curious about. I'm curious about checking out. Am I alone in this? Am I missing something here? Let me know in the comments. See, I don't think so. I think the call to ungate everything is a bad strategy and born out of a poor content strategy that isn't working well. It's just not delivering what you need, so you figure, hey, nobody wants to download or opt in anymore, so we'll just stop it. Let's blame the opt-in form. Let's blame that nobody wants to opt in. I already know from experience with my clients that's not true. So think about how people move through their buying journey. They start out not even knowing they have a problem. They're oblivious. But then they start realizing that maybe they do. And they move from oblivious to awareness. Now they're aware they have a problem. They're in learn mode a little bit more, right? And they'll read things of interest, watch videos on it, figure out just how bad is this issue might be. And what are my options for resolving it? And as they get through that stage, they'll start considering their options. Like, what could I do? That's another level of research will ensue. See, if the information is what they perceive, will help them make a better choice, think about it in a new way, they'll have no problem opting in for it. And if you don't treat them well, or you're a pest, they'll just opt out. And they'll do that just as fast as they opted in. See, when they opt in, let's track what you now know. If, in fact, you have something like Genoo, marketing automation platform, for example. You have their lead info, their name and email, at a minimum. You got what they entered into the lead capture form, right? And if you send them the asset via email, you know that email is good, and you know they opted in, what they opted in to receive. So you've got some information there. You know you delivered that via an email. And if you're not doing that, you should be, because you want to know that the value-to-value exchange is actually verified, right? See, that's all part of the equation here. Moving on and looking at this, did you know that your fulfillment email also doubles as your double opt-in confirmation email? I've been all through this with the attorneys, okay? So do you know that it doubles at it? You don't have to send them one saying, hey, you opted in, confirm that, and we'll send you your asset. Them clicking through to get the asset says, yes, in fact, yeah. So you can remove that irritating step that withholds delivery of the asset unless they click through a confirmation email that is actually not necessary. See, you could have that same functionality occur when they click through to get the asset they requested. The same thing, the same confirmation. Okay, so back to what you know. You now know who and you know what got their attention. That is, what they're interested, because they're interested in that because they downloaded it. You know they clicked through that link, and you know that they actually downloaded the file. That's all just basic tracking, right? You know they downloaded it. So also, you know they're not likely going to read it, okay? So you can implement a follow-up nurture series that walks them through that thing they just downloaded and points out the important points and what pages and gets them more curious about it, promotes the thinking that that particular asset brings to bear, right? See, maybe 3 emails, depends on the length of the asset, that you could put together that create that curiosity, have them leaning in, have them dust off that download and open it to the page and engage with it, right? And see what it is you're saying there. How can that help them? Make it clean, point it out. Then offer them what's next. What will move them forward in their journey based on what they downloaded, and short of asking them to buy your product or sign up for a demo, etc., or set an appointment with you, you'll be able to track what they click on and where they go on your website, post-click, in their next visit. See, those are things that you can do. Those are zero or first-party cookies that you then can mine that information. If you have a system that does it, makes it easy. And it's immensely valuable for you and for your listening efforts. Again, you need software like Genoo that does all that tracking automatically. And at that lead level, by the way, not Google Analytics, but at that lead level, so you can build the relationship. There's always more to explore, but hopefully you're getting that to do away with the opt-in is seriously stupid. Don't listen to folks who tell you different from that. It's an important tactic in your marketing strategy and arsenal, and also contributes to your lead intelligence. So don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Give me your comments below. What do you think? Are you in or out for opt-ins?